Warning, this video contains spiders.
Hello and welcome to Totally Robotical.
So sour.
Okay, we are jumping right in with this build. I had an idea to make a robot spider. So I started with a dollar store water pistol and I took it apart. And the first thing I need to do is figure out where the battery pack will go. I didn't do any sketches for this. It's all just impromptu scratch building. So I scraped away some of the inside to make room for the battery pack, making sure that the lid for the battery pack is accessible to replace the batteries when needed. These lights will be for the spider's eyes. And you will see later in the video that my original idea was switched out for what I think is a better idea. Here I'm just getting the basic shape of the spider's body. Right here is where the legs will go. So I need to, build some kind of thing on the bottom to hold the legs. And you will see here, this is what I came up with. Now I have mounted the eyes with the lights, added some fangs. Now I'm working on the top piece of the spider's head, and I thought this piece would work, but you're gonna see in a minute that I switched it out for this one. So what this one is just some styrene that I cut to make a more angular shape to the head. And now you're gonna see that I decided to switch out the eyes. I was actually inspired by a salt canister, and I thought this would make some pretty cool eyes. What do you think is more menacing, 2 eyes or 7? Let me know in the comments. And now you are seeing that I added a piece of clear styrene that I sanded down to diffuse the light evenly. So, a little more progress on the spider's head. I did switch out the eyes. I added a little circuit board to the top just for decorative purposes. It doesn't do anything. So I could tell when the lights were on that light was going to pass through some areas where I didn't want it to. So I would need to fill those gaps. So I spray painted it black to see easier where I would need to patch in those spots where the light's escaping. I am filling those gaps in with molding paste. Golden calls it molding paste, other brands call it modeling paste. But it's pretty much the same thing. Here I added some decorative elements to the battery cover, because why not? Here's a side view. Here I added some more details. I actually used this old keyboard. Has lots of interesting little detailed parts that you can add to your scratch build. And we're back, making more progress, adding more detailed bits. We'll do a little turnaround here for you so you can see all the little parts I added. Just getting more detailed. There are these little side cannons that the green arrow is pointing to. I had to move those because they were in the way. You'll see what I'm talking about later in the video. But it's getting pretty detailed. It's coming together. And now we're getting started on the legs. They're all just parts and pieces from old toy lines. Little missiles, little swords, whatever I thought would make good spider legs. As I position the legs, the spider's body is resting on a screwdriver case to give it some height. At this point, I think I have positioned the legs pretty much where I want them. Oh, here's where I need to switch out that side cannon. So it was bumping into the legs, so I had to move it up higher. So I moved it up and put that little star piece in its place. Here's a detail of one of the legs. We borrowed Luke's lightsaber. And now we're gonna make a spider leg. A lot goes into making sure it's the right angle, the right proportions, you know, all the legs are the same size, etc. And now I'm just gonna shut up for a few minutes while you watch me make a robot spider leg.
Super slow-mo.
Okay, so this really is my first time airbrushing. I bought this airbrush kit specifically for this project. I knew that spray paint couldn't get in the little detailed areas of the spider legs, so I got an airbrush. Always wanted to try one out. I've used just about every single other art medium you could think of, and the airbrush is actually really fun and easy to use. And now that all the pieces are primered and painted, it's time to do some silver dry brush. Without going with a bunch of heavy paint right off the bat, I do very light layers until the desired effect is achieved that I'm looking for. The dry brush technique is a lot of fun because it brings out all of those textures that you might not normally be able to see. Now that it's all been painted up, I am gluing in the legs. Okay, for the base, I use styrene and wood. I am marked on the styrene where the spider's legs will be, so I know where to drill. And now it's time for everybody's favorite part, the final reveal. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching my second video. I appreciate all of you There are a bajillion videos on YouTube, so I'm glad that you watched mine. If you want to see more, please like and subscribe. And don't forget to stay tuned for the bonus images.